Today I want to talk about investing, everybody's favorite thing. Truthfully, investing is obviously one of the more important things to do throughout your life. That's right, not a one-time thing. It needs to be a consistent thing. And I've heard and I've seen a lot of stuff about it on, social media, Instagram, TikToks, all of that stuff. So I've kind of been thinking a lot about it, and I think it's necessary for me to make just a little video to just say a couple things that I would recommend. First and foremost, a high yield savings account. I made another video about it talking about how you can make close to 5% a month by purely just having this account and putting your money in it. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So what I am going to recommend for anybody who's watching this video, and this goes for at any point, right now it's November of 2024, but I don't care if you're watching this in 2027. This will still apply. You're going to want that high yield savings account, and you're going to want your emergency fund. Remember, that's 3 to 6 months of your income if everything just, you lost your job, or whatever it may be for you. You got to calculate your number, and then you have to be the one to take the initiative to start it, and then you're gonna get compound interest on your money. So it's a pretty easy, hassle-free way of making some extra money and knowing you're safe. With that being said, as kind of like thing number one you can do, the second thing is simply download Robinhood. Everybody knows what Robinhood is, or most people probably know what it is, or even have it. And if you have it, great. And I would say no matter what position you're at, you should start doing this. Something as simple as make reoccurring investments. Personally, I do weekly. I've heard people do daily, the challenge where you put $1 in a day. I choose like $5 a week into my SPY, S&P 500, and QQQ, which is a tech company. It's like SPY, but it's for tech companies instead. So I do that, and then a couple other stocks that I like, just personal things that I enjoy. But for the most part, what matters is SPY and QQQ. So I mean, with that being said, those are my favorites for sure. If I was to advise you to do something, I would pick those two because they're just so broad. Remember, each one is made up of hundreds of companies. It really takes the risk out of it for you, and with such a small amount of money, that's what it should be, right? So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to start with the high yield savings account. You're going to start with that. But while you're doing that, you're going to be putting this little bit of money in, week in, week out, into these SPY and QQQ reoccurring investments. And next thing you know, that's going to be built up. So by the time you actually do have your high yield savings account at that ideal 3 to 6 months of income for you, you're going to have a little bit of money in those too. And you're going to continue to put money in. Like I said, should be a lot. The other thing I highly recommend, as well as those other two things, is start a Roth IRA. As simple as it may be. You can use the same stocks. You could just pick a couple, just like that. Make a small little basket of stocks, mostly around those companies like that, or not the companies, stocks that have a lot of companies in them that make them up. So that kind of makes the risk less for you in simple terms. But even if it's like $1, start $1 per company. Start now. Start really building it up. I'm 20 years old, and I know that even at $1 a week or $2 a week, until you can afford more, you can just do however much. But I'm telling you the principle of the matter of starting it now, and just starting, and because you're not taking that money out. That's why I say a little bit, right? A real IRA, like a Roth IRA, that's like retirement. So you're building for when you're 40, 50, 60 years old, or 20 to 30 years down the line. So what is that dollar going to be worth 20 to 30 years down the line? A lot more than it is now, that's for sure. It's also a way to combat inflation. Many positives to doing that. So number one, high yield savings account. Number two, reoccurring investments into SPY and QQQ. Number three, you are going to start a Roth IRA. And then number 4, if you really feel compelled, I guess, to try to do something a little bit more risky, something that can yield you a little bit better of a result and quicker, cryptocurrency. I know, not everybody's favorite thing, I know. But if you stick to the simple ones, you know, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Solanas, the XRP, no, at this point, you may not be going to get the 10x return, the 15x return like there once was, or, you know, you're not going to spend $1 and make $1 million, but it can still be a very good investment if you continue to reoccur the purchases like you do for SPY and QQQ. So personally, I pick XRP. I set it up so that it just takes a weekly amount every week. It just goes right out of my account. Don't even notice it. It's as simple as that.